It's true, I am very nervous, but crazy. I was sick, but I could hear much better. I could hear everything in heaven, earth, and hell. How could I be crazy? Listen, and I will tell you the whole story. It's hard to say how I got the idea, but it was all I could think about. I loved the old man, and I didn't want his money. I think it was his vulture eye, a light blue, cloudy eye. When he looked at me, I was really afraid. And so, slowly, I decided to kill him and destroy the eye. You think I am crazy and that I don't know anything, but it's you who doesn't know anything. I started planning every carefully. I was so kind to the old man before I killed him. Every night, I opened his door very slowly, and then I used a lamp to illuminate his eye. A crazy person is never so intelligent. I did this for 7 nights. The eye was always closed, and so it was not possible to kill him. You see, I didn't hate the old man, just his evil eye. And every morning, I went into his room and asked him how he slept. He didn't know that I looked at him while he slept. On the 8th night, I was more careful. I felt so strong and intelligent. I opened the door very slowly. He didn't know about my plans. I laughed to myself. Maybe he heard me because he moved in his bed, afraid. You might think I moved back, but I didn't. His room was very dark, so he couldn't see anything. I opened the door very slowly and put my whole head inside. I was about to turn on the lamp, but my fingers slipped and made a noise. The old man jumped, shouting, "Who's there?" I didn't move or say anything for a whole hour. The old man didn't lie back down. He was still sitting up in his bed, listening, like I did every night. Soon, I heard a noise. He wasn't in pain or sad. He was very afraid. I waited for a long time. He didn't lie down, but I decided to turn on my lamp a small bit. The eye was open, and I became very angry when I looked at him. I saw it very clearly. It was cloudy blue with a horrible thing over it. I was so afraid. I couldn't see anything else. The lamp was shining only on that horrible eye. Now I heard a quiet, quick sound. His heart. He was really afraid. And the heartbeat was getting louder. I thought that a neighbor might hear the sound. I couldn't wait longer. It was the perfect moment. It was time for the old man to die. I jumped into the room. He shouted once. I pushed him on the floor and threw the pillow on top of him. Then I smiled, feeling happy. For a long time, I heard the quiet sound of his heart. Then, the final moment came. The old man was dead. I pushed the pillow and looked at the dead body. Yes, he was finally dead. Do you still think I am crazy? Let me tell you where I put the body. It was very late at night, and I worked fast, but quietly. I cut up the body. I pulled out 3 floorboards and put the body parts there. I put the floorboards back, and everything looked at the same. I was very clean. I was very careful. I used a bowl to catch all the blood. When I finished, it was 4 o'clock in the morning. Still dark. Then I heard someone at the door. I opened the door quietly. 3 men entered. They were police officers. The neighbor heard someone shout and called the police. They wanted to look around the house. I invited them in. There was no reason to be afraid. I told them that I shouted because I had a bad dream. Then I explained to them that the old man was visiting another city. I told them they could come in and look everywhere. I took them to the old man's room and brought chairs for them. I put my own chair above the place where the old man's body was. They were satisfied. I told them that everything was all right. They said, "Talk," and I answered their questions. But soon, I started feeling sick. My head was hurting. Why won't they leave? I began to hear a noise in my ears, and they were still talking. The noise slowly became louder. I talked louder and faster, but I could still hear the noise. But then, I realized that the sound was not in my ears. Of course, I now started to look afraid, and I talked louder. The noise got louder. The officers still didn't leave. I moved my chair loudly over the floorboards, but the noise just became louder. The officers talked and smiled. Was it possible that they couldn't hear it? Oh no, they could hear it. I said to myself, they know everything and they are laughing at me. I felt like I had to shout or I was going to die. And again, the noise got louder, 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 louder. I couldn't talk that there smile anymore. Stop! I did it! Put out the floorboards here. It's the sound of his horrible heart.